of Arkas by mistake. Stokke with plenty to do there. That's kept alive by Sahin.
Lovely set.
It was a beautiful set. And unfortunately, in the end, it ended up being Zhao going up for it, and he got right underneath that, sprays it very long.
4 points. Time really is time for Arkas to do something here. In the meantime, there's some repair work going down for Bell. Always hurt himself there, ouch.
Well, just moments ago, Duff did produce one of the more extraordinary spikes, and he's having his fingers looked at here, and he's going to have them all, I think, he's having them put back into place.
Right in front of us as well. It's not a pretty sight, I can tell you.
Yeah, that's a little finger that's been dislocated, so Duff having that put back in. Bravo goes long. And it's an unwanted distraction, really, for Glenn Hoag. He takes the team timeout as they go 5 behind, but he really would want to be concentrating here on getting his team focused on the job at hand, just saying that just needed to pick up a point here or a point there. And that's what's going on for young Mr. Duff at the moment, but just look at the points progression. That's why Trentino have pulled away.
6 of the last 9 for Trentino. Not sure we need to see that, but there you go. Great job being done by the physios. Of course, it's an habitual injury. We'll see. Ever had it done, you'll know how much it hurts.
First set seems to be heading the way of the Italian champions. Rafael on serve. Puts one in. Sahin manages to get it up enough, and Tagamez with another terrific spike there.
No, he hit that nicely. Got vertical as well. Not too much chance.
Perrin introduced for the first time today, coming on in place of Bravo. On serve we have Burak. Well, Stokke got across to that. Bari's underneath it again, and Berarelli with the spike.
Well, the net was ruffling and moving about there. Something that the referees aren't happy with, and here we go. It's a net touch on the way down. Very, very careless. Can't really be making that error at this level.
Foot miles over the line. I mean, just got everything wrong there. Montarena with the serve. Hansen with the set, and Shabashi coming back. Montarena screams for it. He realizes there's a great opportunity. Stokke goes up, and the ball goes wide. And it is 5 points now, separating Trentino from this opening set.
Trentino set to lose. To carry on playing like this, I'm afraid Arkas are going to be out the game very, very quickly. They need to find something. Glenn Hoag will know that. They'll know exactly that they need to dig in and do some work here.
But at the same time, Glenn Hoag would have come into this with his eyes wide open and known that if Trentino played to the full of their capability, that they're going to win 3-love. I mean, it's just as simple as that, really, isn't it?
Certainly is. Get a side out, though, here. Eman with some good work.
Great work off that serve. Hansen long.
Well, we questioned how seriously Trentino were taking this at the start, and I think the starting 7 told you all. I thought that perhaps Theo Bergstaller might have had a game, maybe even the likes of
Lucas Shigaldo, I think we were all expecting to get a bit of a run out, because Polish.
I used to play here as well for Skrabilta. You might see him a little later on in the game. He's one of the replacements today. There's no Lanza either, the youngster who's been playing recently. He has been brought in the squad. There's a reversal of that substitution we saw a minute ago. wanted to bring Bravo on to serve. He was told to prepare by his coach right in front of us.
It's just too good. And when they put together the set plays that they've been expecting and they've been training, they've been practicing all of these.
That's difficult, very difficult for Rafael to do without making a contact fault there. He has to move, he has to take it down low, and he's congratulated for his work there as Sokolov brought in, had a bit of strength.
Stocker with the serve. Emin with the spike this time.
And then we're getting a change of setter, and here is Vukash Shigavon. Listen to this.
Well, his first contribution is for a set to Djuric, which is blocked.
Nice to see, though. Real absence in any sort of blocking has contributed to the downfall here for Izmir in the first set. Haven't been strong enough all weekend on that. They've received okay, they've spiked decently enough today. Blocking's been poor.
Well, this time the reverse set neatly done. And Katinsky is his who puts away the spike. 2 points away from this opening set now.
Nice and wide, just a little bit to squeeze through down the line there.
Bit of the William Tell overture to get the crowd's juices flowing again. Hansen sets, Sagamez had plenty to do there. It's a good chance. And it brings up set points. 6 of them for Trentino.
It's been too easy so far, far too easy.
But they're enjoying themselves as well, the Italian outfit, which you would hope.
Pressure off today, really pressure off. It'd be nice for them to get on the podium again. They've got good memories of Łódź. They want to give something to these fans as well who've made the journey. So it means they should be able to go back to the World Championships as well. I imagine they'll be invited.
Big serve. Still no sign on the face of Radostin Stoichev that he would contemplate using one of the team timeouts. I think if they lose this point, he will. Agamez, foul serve. And it is the opening set to Trentino. They've taken it very comfortably, as you can see by the relaxed reaction even of their fans there. 25 points to 20, never really in doubt from the midpoint.
Now we're going to have to see something different from Arkas Izmir here. Perhaps a change of tactics, some presence in the blocks. Again, they've been okay, but just okay. Trentino much, much stronger in every facet of the game, and they'll be hoping to show that as the sets go on. At the minute, can't see anything else under 3 love.
There are statistics from the opening set. 13 attacks each, 11 errors from Trentino, as opposed to just 5 from Arkas. And the 1 block went the way of Arkas, but it's 1 set to love. That's the only statistic that matters as far as these are concerned, really.
Well, it's surprising looking at that, of course. In the block, we've seen Trento having blocks, but there haven't been kill blocks. They only kill block for the Turkish side, but it's the blocks that haven't kept them in rallies, that things that have really struggled on. And again, the setting's been decent. If Trento really get on fire, then there might be more struggling.
But I'm very, very surprised that the attack ratio is all square. So far, the fans who have occupied the majority of the seats are, of course, supporters of Skra Birtaho. They will be in action, representing Poland here in the gold medal match against Zenit Kazan. We are embroiled in the third and fourth place playoff at the moment between Arkas Izmir and Trentino Volley, and it is the side from Italy who took that first set very comfortably indeed. They won it in just under half an hour. And Duff is back out on court. Suffered a rather nasty dislocation of his small finger, but it is now seemingly all okay. And we take a look at the statistics from that first set. Both Duff and Emin with 100% attack ratios, 42% for Agamez, but I don't think that really fairly reflects how good the Colombians' performance was in that opening set. Trentino to get us underway. Rafael serving set 2.
Always starts in position 1. Subasa.
Fury there on the face of Rafael that he was unable to keep this up.
Clever play, very clever play. Got it nice and high for Stocker. Was had two choices. Was to cut down the line, into the hands and out, which is what he was hoping for, which is what he got. He could have gone on the angle as well.
Difference in statistics between the two teams in that first half was most definitely that all of the players from Trentino on attack had a better record than 100, within 50%, I do beg your pardon, and they have a decisive block here early on as well.
Big stuff from Kaczynski. All three of them in unison. It's quite a daunting sight. Kaczynski and Beard up there. Two of the big boys. Juric, youngster, huge in size, or he's the tallest in the team.
And an ace serve from Juan Torrena. We did not see one from him yesterday.
Big test of character coming up. 3-1 already. A set down. The next sort of 10 minutes might tell us a lot about the strength, or should tell us a lot about the strength of the Izmir challenge here, whether it's serious or not.
Suddenly firing Juan Torrena. Right dig. Stocker. That's too good. Trentino looking like the class act that they truly are.
Great to see him playing so cavalier. Stocker starting to get those nice swings high. Stocker still not content though.
Very interesting. Matteo Bergstaller has been called up here. Massive serve again. Agamez, he's gone wide.
I'm surprised Theo Bergstaller didn't get a game from the start, actually. He's going to trot off back to his teammates.
Team timeout taken by Glenn Hogue, and didn't really have another option.
No, it's been a poor start. Again, caught in the headlights. Oh dear. Let's have a listen.
We need to rotate him out, okay? Make sure we cover our guy. Stay deep on defense no matter what. Team 6 all the time, okay? Short stuff, leave the other guy. Let's go, let's rotate this one. We need to rotate this one.
Well, once more deep balls to be put in when they have the serve. Talking about position 6 all the time.
There's a fairly animated conversation going on there between Stoichev and Rafael. Brazilian didn't seem too pleased with what his coach was telling him.
All in good humour though as well, smiling at each other.
Juan Torrena again on target with the serve, digs this out. There's the set, and no communication on the other side of the net. It is falling apart for Arkas Izmir at the moment.
Ah dear. Anticipation, communication, all of those things missing out there.
Pirarelli. It is one-way traffic, 7-1. You do not expect to see this sort of scoreline in a Final Four, but we did see it yesterday.
Well, when Trentino, I should say, on the best, it's difficult not to see it. We saw it at the Worlds, we've seen it at the Champions League over the last couple of years. They're just a step above sometimes. Again, the last few years, the Barcelona of volleyball, if you will. Good takedown there by the libero. Oh, well played.
Crowd getting right behind Izmir here. It's great to hear.
Good to see, better to hear. Look at that for a hit, real power. Rafael had no chance there, got down. Technically was all right, but had to be quicker.
Desperation on the far side of the net. It is the first technical timeout, and the lead is 6 points at the moment. Trentino leading by 8-2. And this set looks effectively done and dusted already.
Eight-2, and difficult.
Unacceptable, right? Unacceptable. No matter what happens. That's a lot, Mister. Let's go.
There you have it, unacceptable. He won't be happy though until Rafael's receiving the way he wants him to. That's all the talk about the reception. Stochev always wants his players to be technically correct. Even winning the most minimal error will be picked up on by Manu Asselot.
Blues brothers making their way off court again. Do you reckon they have to practice the run?
Well, they've got it perfected. Always seem to pop up at sporting events in Poland. Great view from on high, eh?
Agamez back in, gets a touch. Pantarena does enough. That's an outstanding set it was from Rafael, but it hasn't closed the point out. Agamez well.
Well, they reacted well there, did Izmir. Kept the calm right throughout this rally. Trentino could well have come back at them quickly. I think it's a three-man wall. Agamez searched for the touch. He knew he had to get it. It was going to be difficult to find the floor.
The difference between Trentino when they're firing on all cylinders and when they're up against it as they were yesterday is every single one of their wing spikers is interested in having the ball. And it's so hard to defend against as a consequence.
Oh, they know there's points on offer today. That ball was moved across court wonderfully quickly.
Big serve from Stocker. Hansen with work to do, and Agamez as a consequence really struggled there because the block was up in unison again. Rafael is the man who blocks it, but Agamez would want to be attacking slightly closer to the net rather than from that position, and as a consequence, always struggling.
For a smaller guy, Rafael gets up brilliantly as well. Such a leap he has.
Just long from Stocker. They're not going to challenge.
Kalachi's thinking about it. Comes off and looks at his coach. I think not bothered at the minute. Well, they might, perhaps should have been bothered.
With a lead that they have of 6 points, unsurprising that they aren't that bothered. Agamez. Stocker.
Well, that was a difficult set to make. Look at the spin when it comes off there. Has to control it well. Nice to see this again. Look at that. Spinning. Doesn't add any more spin, doesn't change the direction, which means it's a good contact. Blocking brilliant at the minute, Trentino.
That's long. And that was some incredibly evasive action from Koziski to get out the way. 8-point advantage. Koziski on serve again. A little bit of luck there. Boy, do they need that.
It happens, all part of the game. So 7 points though. Maybe the match over as a contest already.
Tsubashi catches the net boundary underneath it. Quantarena unable to get that one away, and then the block flies wide.
That was a gift for our colleagues down here at the commentary table. Those webbed hands again that have been done up by Agames. He knew it was a point straight away as soon as it had hit his hand.
Ball toss all wrong from Tsubashi there.
Saw that yesterday from him. Struggled with the serve when he was brought in to do that job. To get back on the training court and practice.
Juric then. 13-6 the advantage. Takedown was good. Spike wasn't.
Oh, good to see him back. Good to see him back playing again. Healthy.
Bravo coming off to be replaced by Perrin. We talked about Bravo struggling because of that back injury that he sustained yesterday. I don't think John Perrin did that much wrong in yesterday's performance. Hansen, Agames, Berelli.
Vera got out that one a little late, but everybody moving out the way on the bench there, giving him some space to throw himself down. Ismir with a point, but you still get the general feeling that they just can't keep up the pace with Trentino here. Not the same planet.
The other problem is, as Quantarena spikes that one cross-court, the other problem that they face here is that once Trentino open up a gap like this, and they know all they've got to do is play side-out volleyball, it's often what they do. They don't even really try when they're serving because they don't need to.
Well, they can conserve the energy for trying to fork out an early advantage again the next set, and then it's curtains. It's finished very quickly indeed. Professional performance we're seeing from Trentino so far. It's better from Agames.
Just managed to get down the line. Quantarena is furious that managed to get round this block.
Maybe need to be pegged up a little more to the antenna. It's difficult, but they've got to get the hand positioning right as well.
Hansen with the big serve. So many dummies coming through. Second technical. 8 points the difference now. And they're cantering away.
Glenn Hogue had a job on before. He's certainly got a very, very steep hill to climb here.
On the next one. Okay, just work the point. Work the point. Come on, easy ball, easy ball.
Rozkładamy ręce szeroko. Tylko jednym klaśnięciem.
Sono quasi presa. Quasi. Bello impegno.
Very relaxed in the Trentino camp. Interesting, very interesting looking at the body language of Quantarena. I'm not entirely sure that the integration and the love for each other's there anymore. Of course, he is rumoured to be leaving. Stochev having a chat with Birarelli there. And Bira not entirely enamoured with Quantarena's play in the last couple of points.
He comes flying back with a big serve. Puts massive pressure immediately. And that is just about as brilliant as it can be.
That's great stuff. Cuban bursting through from the back line. Just straight down the court. They can certainly still play together.
Another big serve, this one. Sahin underneath it, and then across to Agamez, who tried to control that. Pushed it wide.
Good lead by Colaci. Had to watch it all the way. It looked as though it might just sneak in.
10 points now, the void between the two. And we said on paper that there was a spectacular voiding class between these two teams. Second team timeout taken by Glenn Hogue. Quantarena looks to me as though he's uncomfortable out there. Keeps on trying to stretch the left leg.
Hamstring.
You know that there's a pipe every time you get in. Even if you're blocking in two, just be aware of it. You should have blown on that, or at least try. Right? Don't look surprised it's coming. Let's go. Come on, here. Side out.
Making that point as well to his team. Quantarena's not great physically. Last 3 points won by Trento there. Momentum stopping timeout, maybe. See if it works. Don't think it's going to work as far as the set or even the match is concerned. That only one way this looks to be going.
And even if Quantarena was to come off, I mean, too much class on the bench for Trentino. Fires in another massive serve. Agamez this time does make the cross-court spike, and that brings an end to that run. And Quantarena back on his feet after going over here.
Went down in stages.
Practicing his slow motion movement. Underneath this though, shallow set, and look at that spring once again.
Oh, talking of Quantarena's, we see Birarelli fire home. We've seen him do that so many times in his career. The man they're going to supposedly bring in for him is Ivan Zaitsev, who's a wonderfully fiery player for the Italian national team. Plays out wide, perhaps not as technically gifted as Quantarena, but he'd be a decent replacement.
Playing underneath it, Hansen sets to the far side, and this time Shibashi manages to get it past Birarelli.
Good hit that. Bira was on his own there on the angle. Most of the defense set to the right for the line. Out. That's where it was going. Perhaps he should have left it.
Again, kept short. Juric this time with the spike.
Lovely understanding developing already between Juric and Rafael. Juric in his first year here.
Flips the net, that serve from Stocker. Oh, great play.
Good hit. Very good hit from out wide from Shibashur.
Frustration on the face of Colaci as he comes off, but nothing he could have done. Guess who's back on?
Shigapo given the chance to be the regista, as they like to call the setters in Italian. Director of the orchestra. There he goes.
Just a disappointment there. Sokolov with an intelligent spike. He took pace off that, and Hansen's block goes wide of the mark. 10 points, still the cushion. Good chance. Hansen, well played. And the crowd love it when that happens. However, I have a feeling we're still going to see the resulting point going the way of Trentino.
It looked inevitable, didn't it? As soon as that bump set went up, he knew it as well. At least he's playing with a smile on his face. So difficult when you're up against that.
Distinct possibility that this could be the most humbling scoreline of the entire Final Four. Just long from Ptitski.
De La Lunga for the first time. Great to see Andrea Bari come back. I love watching Andrea Bari, the defensive libero. I know they're both defensive players anyway, but we have Bari always on the field when this side don't have the serve. But he sees the game brilliantly. You can really see him as a future coach, always talking tactics.
It is exhibition stuff from Trentino. 10 errors difference between the two teams at the moment, but sort of can't really remember that many errors that Izmir have committed, because it's just been sublime volleyball from their opponents. And if they are errors, they're certainly not unforced errors.
Are they categorised officially as errors? 10 points difference again. I managed to side out a little better as the set's gone on. Guys, sort out that communication.
Well, Sokolov looked furiously there, and that is because he did call for it very loudly indeed. It's hard to hear in this venue, but first time that Izmir have won 2 points in a row in this set. Could make it 3 here, and do. So just losing focus here at the tail end of the set. Virtually a new team out on the court at the moment, in between Sokolov and Birarelli.
Just have to watch complacency here.
4 very poor points in a row, and it's lent the scoreboard an air of respectability for Glenn Hoag's men. Still can't see them win the set. Well, Juantorena is blocked.
Well, Shigarbo needs to get his setting going here. He's not putting it in perfect place. It's not easy for him because he doesn't play as much as he used to do. Now, did that touch the floor or did Bari get down? The referee ruled it was a floor. That's better.
And a big smile returns to the face of Radistin Stoichev on the sidelines. Glenn Hoag sits back. It is the case of 7 set points. Sokolov on serve. Well, there's the first save.
24-18, set point yet again. And a 10, we can go on all day here.
Hansen to try and prevent the set going a little longer. First ace serve, and a complete lack of communication again. You can tell that this group of players don't play together regularly because the communication hasn't been there.
No, well, there have been a few changes being made, of course. It's not the starting 7 for Trentino anymore.
However, they still do a job, and Sokolov with the decisive spike. They take the set, 25 points to 19. Looked as though it could have been a far more handsome margin just a few moments ago, but all of those changes mean that, as a consequence, we now have the Trentino colours out in full force. They lead by 2 sets to 0.
They do. 6 points there. Very, very, very difficult to see Arkas Izmir finding a way back in it.
There are statistics then from set 2. 16 attacks in the favour of Trentino, and the errors this time greater from the Turkish team. 2 blocks apiece, 2 sets to 0, the Italians lead. Well, the Izmir fans haven't had a huge amount to cheer about in the opening two sets, especially not at the beginning of that second set. They saw themselves blown away, 8-2 down at the first set, but they never ever came back from that. So set number 3, very important start this one for Arkas Izmir. It's very hard to see anything other than a Trentino straight sets victory, but you never know. Arkas, kings of the comeback. We talked them through that yesterday.
Yeah, they were beaten very, very comfortably by Novosibirsk in Russia, and then that 3-2 win, the golden set. The question is, should they be here anyway? Of course, a lot of questions about the golden set. A lot of people think it's not fair. Friedrichshafen in Germany, particular opponents of that, and their coach Molescu. Very, very strong views on it. Trentino needed it as well, remember, in the quarters. Italian derby against Macerata.
Hands up for Bira, but he touched the net.
Not the start he wanted. He didn't, though. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Not sure what the referee saw there.
If anyone touched the net. From Izmir, Stocker, well blocked this time. Bira trying to get across.
Well anticipated as well by the blocking wall. Set was going to come out wide. The Stocker tried to attack it, maybe slightly the wrong angle. There's a good advantage to the block.
This time he hits straight through the gates and gets Trentino's first point, and able to very quickly banish any thought of that last point away from his mind.
I just forced it through that.
Hansen. Agamez. Positive start from him in this third set. This is encouraging for Glenn Hoagman. First of all, he'll be very pleased with the character they've shown.
Yeah, they're back. They're back. Not sure for how long, but they're back.
Well, they've got the crowd behind them as well. That could help.
Yeah, they want their money worth here.
Agamez goes long.
Not going to help them. Of course, we talked about it yesterday. You have to serve tough when you're playing these top teams. However, with that, you have the risk of not getting it right. And can sometimes be a bit of a downward spiral into just missing it constant.
And yet we've seen from this man, Juantarena, consistently get serves in. He must have struck through about 8, and that's great work there from Karachi. Agamez showing decent versatility for a big man. Stocker, and that goes wide.
Clever stuff from Stocker. Decent event at the back from Perrin to try and keep it in. But of course, let's not take too much away from him here from Izmir. The most successful ever Turkish men's club. We all know the strength of the women's game in Turkey. But remember, let's not forget this is the first time that a men's team has arrived here in the Final Four.
Big serve from Juantarena, Perrin underneath it. Back across. Oh, that's a fantastic block from Bira.
Been a great, great few matches for Bilarelli towards this season. He had an axe injury about a month ago. Had his 200th appearance yesterday.
Now, a player with one of the most extraordinary careers had to take 2 years out of the game because of an ischemia in his arm, which meant that he couldn't play. Agamez manages to get through this time. Well, the old waterfall defence from Bira that time. Shubashi really has had a nightmare from the service line. Hansen sets, Agamez used again. I think Colombian is finding his mark.
Yeah, he's been moving around with not the greatest bit of body language, but he approached this nicely outside the line. Space down in the centre of the court. Didn't have to go too fine on the angle.
Oh, and Duff, a complete waste. Glenn Hogue, well, cuts a frustrated figure. Because when you make mistakes on the simple plays like that one, there's very little way to come back. Take down from Shubashi. Perrin halfway through the block. Now Rafael is penalised and can't believe it.
Well, again,
hard to see from that angle. More frustration than anything else, and he continues to have a little chin wag with Agamez. They are challenging.
correct decision. And all of the Trentino players looking up at the big screen, they want to see a replay.
Like the Harlem Globetrotters of volleyball at the moment out there, Trentino. 6-all. Hansen serves, foul serve. Shubashi with the takedown. Agamez. That was the block that Rafael was looking for last time. It takes us into the first technical, 2-point advantage for the first time in the set now for Trentino. What can Glenn Hogue say to his players as we yet again see one of the smaller players get up and make an outstanding block?
Gets up brilliantly there, I mentioned it already. And that's the advantage they've been looking for now. 8-6. Big reaction time from this man.
Didn't get a touch on the way through. So about the worst possible start there for Ahmet. Kazitsky on serve. Another big serve. Shubashi with the takedown. Great control.
Well, gone the way of Trentino, and it surprised their players a bit there. Sebastian knew that he'd made the error there. In fact, it's Toshoglu. On me. There we go.
Quintarena had the angle. And this is where they've decided to make their move. It's going to be a team timeout taken by Glenn Hogue. His side suddenly slide 5 points behind. Quintarena's spike, making it 11 points to 6 in Trentino's favour.
Same old story. Time for a new reaction.
Great takedown. However, couldn't keep it in control. That was unfortunate for Subashi. Great work to get across to what was an outstanding serve, but just too much on it. Juantorena slams it home.
Look at the score difference now as well. It's double your money. Spiking 60%. Much better percentages on all the stats now for Trentino.
A serve from Mati Kaczynski. Talked about him being a former winner of the top serving statistic in previous events, and he comes back here. Best server at the World Championships this last year. Agamez finally brings an end to that run. 7 points to 13 though.
They need a side out just to keep themselves alive, keep the game alive, keep the crowd alive as well. Becoming very predictable, I'm afraid. Oh, that's lovely. Absolutely brilliant. Not the only time he's used that deft touch today. He's employed so many different touches on the ball. We've seen him cutting the ball inside and out.
I'm not convinced that that was deliberate. I think he was trying to hit it softly. I don't think he was trying to hit it at that angle and that softly. I think Juric got away with one. I think it was set just a little bit higher than he wanted it. But everyone on the Trentino side seems to be feeding off how comfortably they're winning this at the moment, and everyone's serving so much better than they did yesterday.
They want to get back to the hotel, get their feet up and watch the final.
Well, they'll probably stay here to watch the final. If they finish on the bottom step on the podium, they'll be required for the presentation ceremony that will follow. That's a well-fought point.
Yeah, nice to see them keep going. Eleven more points will do it over Trentino. As Jan Stocker comes face to face with the control table.
Well, that's poor judgment from Stocker just moments later. Totoglu with an ace service. There you go. Lands bang on the line. Then gets his ball toss wrong. Great serve from Rafael, just dipping under the line. Oh, that's so well played. Pirelli with the spike in the end. Second technical. Stuck with it there. There was some frenetic exchanges at the net, but Trentino ensure they have a 6-point lead here at the second technical, and 9 points away now from claiming third place.
I think it's pretty obvious that this is going to be the last technical of the match. Ben Hogue with some work to do. His side going to leave this tournament without winning a set.
All of the home fans have been asked to come onto their feet and then go up and down. 10 seconds left to try this little experiment. Maybe it's an experiment. They're trying to get a little bit of choreography ready for the final. Can't tell. They're going to need to work on it a little bit more, I can assure you. It hasn't taken off a storm here. Now they're accelerating the process. Rafael serve, Perrin doesn't control it. Sain tries to bring it back into play. Good work from Colucci. Stocker didn't get a touch. Big serve from Agamez, and Shubashi makes the most of the lack of control on the takedown.
Gift. Then wrap with a bow on top, that one. Down to 4. Trentin have to be careful.
Well, the thing about Agamez's serve is that you know he's unlikely to maintain it. The level, very rarely got on the run on serve. Whereas Pantarena, you never know. He can put together runs of 6 or 7 points if everything goes right. Agamez, half through the block. Set again by Rafael. And that is brilliantly kept alive by Perrin and Hansen, but definitely the advantage still lies with Trentino, and Bira finds his mark to reinstall that 6-point lead.
All too easy again. Nice little cut on the ball. Saw the space to the left and went for him.
They're in through the middle, and he was marshalled by the block this time.
Pirarelli's having a brilliant third set here. He's been up and in control of just about everything. Timeout time.
Well, I think the timeouts tell their own story here, don't they? We have yet to see Radostin Stoichev take a team timeout. Glenn Hogue has used 6. There's the run of points. And it has very much been Trentino.
5 of the last 7. And that's to say, too, that Arcas had a decent run at one stage in this set as well.
Again, Juan Torrena targeting the libero. Does well, Agamez. That's going to drop safely away. The roar once again as Lucas Scialdo comes on. Shubashi, 13-19.
Rolling towards a very predictable end here.
Pantarena, dummy jump in front of him. Cuban comes through.
Lovely control on the set. Look at that, all the spin taken off. Great, great contact.
Massive smile on the face there of Justin Duff. Just really appreciating quite how good their opposition is here.
Good to see Theo Bergstaller coming on. He's played an important part at various stages in this season.
A rare, very rare moment there where there was no libero on court for Trentino, and as a consequence you see that they struggle without that. They're used to one of their little men, Biorocolucci.
They seem to scoop everything up for them. That's their job, of course, but always man on the court. Here he is.
Right, got a touch on the way through.
Nothing that Kaczynski can do to get out of the way of that. Just one of those unfortunate bits to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Here we go again. Hits fairly well. Fails to get out of the way.
It doesn't take them very long to get back on track, does it? 4 points now needed for victory. Shocker with the serve. Hansen now will set, and Shubashi only succeeds in finding Colucci.
Nobody on the second ball there. Kalachi, first contact wasn't great. Nobody to help him out though.
Straight back.
Through the gate. Big gap there. Gamez and Tosholu not really getting close.
That was wide. Hansen wants to challenge. So they want to see if it got a touch, I think.
Hansen convinced. He's looking up the screen. Oh, well. Well. Point is in, ball is in. Good use of the challenge system. That's what we like.
Very good use of the challenge system.
It'll be good to see the Olympic Games in summer.
It's going to be good to see so many of these players at the Olympic Games in the summer as well. Zitsky replaced by Dore della Lunga. Aaron serves. Della Lunga with his first touch. Set back to Stocker.
Great setting from Shigato.
And now they do have 23 points.
And he will be on the Olympics in the Polish squad, you imagine. They've qualified already. Italy not yet. Championship qualifier will come up in Bulgaria. Down.
Well, that was fantastically kept alive, and Stocker takes us to match point. Well, the crowd all set to see a quick-fire conclusion to this encounter. Hansen sets. Shibashi. Well, they kept it alive for one more point.
Spectacular dive down there in the backcourt by Dore della Lunga.
Good block from Agamez. And once again, they guarantee that there is an air of respectability about the scoreline. Still, yet to take a team timeout and looking very relaxed.
One more point for them will do it.
It's all over. Juan Terena with the final touch. And Trentino, who disappointed in their performance against Zenit Kazania in their semi-final yesterday, rather rolling over for the Russians in the end, restore some national pride and at least will pick up a spot on the podium. They finish in third place after a comprehensive straight sets win here over their Turkish opponents. Izmir 3-love, 25-20, 25-19, 25-19. It just about tells the whole story, although you'd have to say that it was even easier than that scoreline reflects.
It was. Trentino didn't really get up through the gears. They didn't play their best volleyball, I don't think. Again, 5 and 6 points the winning margins. There's a quick inquest at the end there. They'll be happy, not with their overall performance in the tournament, but certainly can't be too disappointed with the way things went today. Stats from that final set. 3 block seats. Izmir making far too many errors at that 1-8 each, and John, Trentino fully deserving of their third place.
Trentino then picking up third place. To find out who's first and find out who's second, well, you'll have to make sure you join us for the final. That's coming up in just over an hour and a half. Trentino Bolli, 3-0 winners here against Arkas Izmir. And they will be honoured out on centre court for their achievement.